That's the only, they're one observation I'll make, and then I'll open for questions, but it's that water tower, they got that cherry picker. There's a guy up there. I don't know how many feet that is. It's high. I told our team, I said, there's no way in the world you could get me to go up in that cherry picker. The guy's up there. He's been up there a bunch. But, wow. That's a bad job. So,
not a good heights guy?
No, not. I mean, it's just physics. Like, that just don't look safe to me.
Right, exactly.
Somebody said, well, they strap you in. I said, it doesn't matter if the thing tips. But anyway, yeah, luckily no accidents. But no, just, happy to, it's good to get out here and work, first of all. It's always good to be, have, not that it's a full house, but to have people here. Some distractions with the audio and all that stuff, but just a good chance to get out here and kind of simulate some situations. And it's pretty predictable, but the penalties, exchange problems. I think we had 4 of those. 3 of them were shotguns, snaps. But that's the stuff we can't have 3 weeks from now if we expect to win. So just part of the process. But I think overall, after 9 days, guys have been they've been working hard and showing improvement, a lot of improvement. A lot of the younger guys, especially, it's fun to see them. They tend to improve a little bit more than some of the older guys, but I think we're getting good leadership still, just like I said yesterday. And the work ethic's good, so a lot of things to still be determined. But happy to be at day 9 here, and we'll get a little break tomorrow and reconvene, see what it looks like here tomorrow on the tape.
A couple of injuries out there. Myslinski and Phillips, I think, went down.
I think they're both fine. Yeah, one guy got poked in the eye, and Mike came back. It was okay, so nothing. Knock on wood, nothing major, and so far so good there.
Being able to have the kids out here, for Kids Day, what's that kind of moment like for you every year, getting out to meet those kids?
Yeah, I just, the wave is the best ever. I mean, that was just the best thing I ever had. And then I think the kid captain program is number 2. I'm not sure Hobson, I think, was involved. She was on the front end of that. I'm not sure, I don't want to, not give everybody credit that deserves it, but, what a great concept. It's just a great concept. It's a two-way street. Our seniors get to, spend 15, 20 minutes with them up in the locker room, get to swarm with them, and it's just a good reminder for not only the players but coaches, all of us. I tell our guys frequently, we all choose to do this, and then equally as important, we're able to do this. And certainly not everybody can say that, and it's just a good reminder how lucky we got it. And boy, you want to talk about, again, typically courage. The children that are being treated over there, it's an amazing thing, and there's a sense of community too, which I think it's a lot like sports in some ways. Obviously, a little bit more serious than maybe not hitting a field goal when you want it, that type of deal.
Seth Anderson really stood out to us today. Has that been a consistent theme throughout camp?
Yeah, he's really had a good spring and a good camp here, and I think all of the seniors, have really done a good job. And it's kind of weird. I think we have 4 seniors, and then like 4 or 5 other guys that aren't, but. I think the whole group's improved, and Seth certainly is included in that, doing a good job right now.
What did you see out of Mark today? Has that been pretty?
Every day's been good. Yeah, every day's been good, and his judgment's really impressive. Like he did some things there. You can tell he's on top of things. There are a couple throws maybe that were really good, and then a couple that are just like that. And 5 days ago it was like that. So he's closing that gap, and just. Again, mostly just so impressed with the way he operates and the way he carries himself. He's got a real, a genuine confidence, and it's earned. And you can tell he's thinking the right way out there. It's really impressive.
Kirk, the one quarterback we hadn't seen till today was Ryan. What's he been like since he's gotten here? And
Ryan, you said?
Yeah. Seeing Pat just in a Hawkeye shirt this morning was different. Has your relationship with Pat changed since Ryan got here?
Well, yeah, it's better. I mean, I'm not really buddy with a lot of guys in our conference, but I don't have that many friends actually outside of our building. But no, Pat, I've always had great respect for Pat, and sure he picked 2 guys. Him and Paul Christ are 2 guys I always felt a lot about, and so we were excited that Ryan was interested in coming here, and it's been fun to get to know Pat in a non-competitive way. So yeah, it's been great, and quickly figure that one out. Like Stacy runs that place, kind of like most coaches, I guess, and she's in charge of that. But they're a great couple. Ryan's a really tremendous young guy. He's a winner, and it's all new for him right now. So I mean, that's things are happening fast. We wanted to get more work with our threes, but we got a little thin with a couple of positions, so we just couldn't. But we'll get more work hopefully this next Saturday, but also during the days as we move forward.
The way McNeil practiced today, is that the way he's been most of the?
Yeah, really since January. He got here, and it's a good, not not to diminish, the value of recruiting, but I can't remember where he was going, but he came up for a game October, early November with his dad, and got to meet with him afterwards. Just really impressed with both people. The dad played Florida, South Florida when they were starting the program with Jim Levitt, so he played for Jim. And boy, I tell you, he and his wife are just a really impressive couple. She came up in December. We were really impressed with him. Thought he's a good player. And how much do you think he weighs? If you were guessing, if you were the guy to the circus,
175, 180.
Right, he's over 200 pounds.
Really?
I would have said 180 just looking at him and equipment, but he weighs 200 pounds. He's done a really good job. Yeah, so he's a really mature guy, and his mom and dad are just great people. So yeah, just really happy he's here.
The ball security stuff, how over the next few weeks, how do you get that fixed?
It'll get better. I mean, I don't want to say it happens every year, but it does. In fact, it's been worse, but it's nothing to, nobody's happy about it. And quarterback center exchanges were the ones, and just being sloppy. And the first one was a veteran player, so you got to know better there. Younger guys, you understand that a little bit. And then just, making tough catches, that's part of football. So we can do a little better job there. And the quarterback can't always put the throw right into your hands. Like sometimes you got to go get it, and so those are the things the next couple of weeks we can get better at, and I think with work that'll happen.
With Jeremy, obviously he wasn't
Yeah.
perfect today, but you can kind of see that he can just zip it
Yeah.
in there. Is that something that you're seeing pretty routinely?
Yeah. He's interesting, and I'm really curious to see what it looks like over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, he gives you, he's got whatever you want to call it, feel, moxie, whatever. He's got a little something to him. So he's a really intriguing guy. And some of it's just run pass option. And I learned one thing today. He leans to the pass as opposed to the run, so we may have to work on that a little bit. But if it's dicey at all, he's not even dicey. If it's cloudy at all, he's going to throw it, which is okay because guys that throw the ball like to do that. So, but yeah, I've really been impressed with him. He's got a quarterback's mindset.
With
You
your
got a-
defense, go ahead, Scott.
You've got a lot of rotation going on at left tackle, both
Yep.
first team, second team, kind
Yep.
of moving guys around. Is that a position that you expect to kind of go all the way through camp and maybe even lead into the season, just to kind of before you make a call there?
Yeah, I think so. And it's we got 3 guys, and Allgaier probably looks more comfortable at tackle than he does guard. But and I'm not suggesting he'll be starting, but he's doing a good job so far. But yeah, all 3 of those guys are showing some good things. So it's encouraging for sure. We'll see how it all plays out. And when you get a problem, is like when it's like, holy crap, I don't know which of those 3 can play or will play. These guys have all really improved, and it's been fun to watch that. So one thing about camp, things become more apparent with every day, every week. So we'll know a little bit more next time I meet with you guys probably.
What's that about what Hank did today? too?
I think I've been impressed with Hank. He's really done a good job. He hasn't played a lot if you think about it. He's played, but he hasn't played a lot. So, compared to like Mark, Mark's got a lot more experience, game experience. I think that's where Hank's lacking a little bit. But he impressed us in the spring. He's impressed us in 9 days practice, and I just see a lot of upside with him. He's a great young guy. First of all 3 of those guys are really, and the other 2 guys are too. Sullivan and Fitz. So. It's a good group of guys that are thinking football and just seeing some good things. But Hank, as you saw, he can throw it, and he's made some good throws, and he's been doing that all camp. So it's encouraging. I'm standing here 2 years ago. 2 years ago today was the day, kind of things changing with a quad injury, right?
Yeah.
Which how do you predict that? And it looked like everything was good, and boom, down he went. And you can't predict those things. There's no way. But we're in better shape, obviously, in a lot of ways. 2 years later, very same day. That was the start of a challenging period for us.
Kirk, what's the difficulty in kind of assessing the passing defense and the passing game? Because the passing game did show some flashes, but we know you're a little bit dinged up in the secondary.
It goes back and forth, yeah. And the other thing you got to factor in, which I don't know how you put a percentage on it, but defense recognition is a big thing on defense, and once you get into camp, and it's going to get really interesting with the players and coaches, the psychology of things, especially past this week. This week will be okay. It'll be tolerable. That last week is just intolerable. Like everybody, it's like, I'm the recess police guy out there, 3rd graders. Okay, you get over here, you get over here. And part of it is the defense knows the offense as well as the offense. So they start running the routes for guys and all that kind of stuff. So we're not quite there yet, but it's. I think both sides are doing a pretty good job.
Two more questions.
Are Des and Jaleel officially with the team, or are they just here?
No, they were here all week, and we got a lot of visitors come through here, former players, and maybe some good things about or bad things about not being here so long. And but one of the good things is you got a lot of years of. So I think we had 4 former players this week in here, and the messages they deliver are pretty good. And those guys were here all week. They've been here since last Sunday, so they've gotten to see the guys really work. And the other guy brought his son, was here for 3-4 days. So that's stuff you can't buy. You can't buy, and that's one of the fun things about this. So, and camp's a great time for that, where they can just kind of blend in with us. But it's perspective's always a good thing. Guys that are 20 years away from it or 10 years away from it and done other things, they look at the college experience a little bit different than the guys living it right now. So, again, you can't pay for that.
Mark was zipping it down.
We'll get a couple. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mark was zipping it down the field, but is there anything more you'd like to see out of him besides?
No, he just needs work. I'm on the train. I think I'm sold on him and sold on the other guys. I like what we're seeing here. So it literally is a much healthier situation we've been in. But they're all progressing, and I think the biggest thing what you see of Mark today, I'm guessing will look better next Saturday, and then actually the second Saturday we probably won't be practicing, but that 3 weeks from now he should be playing a little better, and I think he'll just keep getting better during the year because he's wired that way.
Just a day later, how concerned are you with the TJ Hall injury? I mean, bone bruises can be.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. I mean, just there's no reason to. His demeanor's been great. He wants to get back, and he had a really good spring. Started out the same way here until he got injured, and so I'd rather him be out here, obviously, with everybody, but at least a guy who's played. He's still learning. His mind's wired. He's seeing things that maybe he wanted to see 3 years ago. So it's not a major concern at all, and I think he'll be fine and get back here, and we'll be better when he's back on the field.